My name's St.Germaine. I am a mom and stepmom to three beautiful girls. I'm also a military spouse and a health and fitness coach. So I'm going to start using Periscope as an outlet to kind of give tips and tricks that have worked for me, and also just motivation, because as a mom and a military spouse, things and times get hard as far as, staying motivated and inspired to keep on with my fitness journey. I've always struggled with my weight, so when I started doing home workouts, it really has given me the ability to be home with my children, with us moving every couple of years, switching gyms and doing all that really hasn't worked out for me. So home workouts have been the best for me, and it's also taught me about clean eating. And so that's kind of what my topic is tonight, is just about tips that have worked for me in the kitchen or just on the go, and also with my kids. So I'll just go ahead and get started. Let me make sure everything's fine. Okay. Okay, so for me, I was just going to start with my typical day. On a normal schedule, I wake up around 6 or 7 and I'll immediately have breakfast. I'm one of those people that breakfast is the most important meal of the day to me. I have to have it. It's my favorite meal, and I switch it up a lot. I know normally whenever you think of clean eating, you just think of, oatmeal and egg whites, but there's so many more different options to try. There's overnight oats, which you can throw a ton of stuff in a mason jar, leave it overnight, and it soaks up all of the flavors, and it's really good to, like, quick and easy on the go in the morning. So I usually make that whenever we know we have something with the kids going on, or we have a trip planned or something. We also do like omelets, but with like sweet potato hash in it. So it's kind of like a hash brown, but you use sweet potatoes. And so I'm going to put the recipe for that on my Facebook page tomorrow. And my Facebook is just mandi.saint.Germaine. And then you can kind of see like what recipe I use for that. But also, a lot of the times I find myself wanting like something like heartier for breakfast. So I really have like, lately it's been the sandwich thins, whole wheat, and 3 egg whites with 1 whole egg, a slice of cheese, because I've put dairy back into my diet. I try and limit dairy a little bit just because of how my body responds to it. But so I do that, and I also just try and cut back on what's really I'm sorry, on the salt intake in throughout the day. So I try and, like with turkey sausage, turkey bacon, I try and stay away from those. I have them every once in a while, probably like once or twice a week. And usually throughout the day I have 2 or 3 snacks. I try and do fruits before lunch, just because of the sugars. For lunch I try and keep it, protein, carb, healthy fat, veggie. So a lot of times I'll put a lot of stuff in wraps, like whole grain wraps. I mean, you can stick anything in there. Turkey with hummus, spinach, tomatoes, anything like that. They have a good chicken salad recipe that I just found. And just alternative ways that you can make normal food healthier. So like instead of using mayo, you use Greek yogurt. Or instead of, putting a dressing on top, you just put like salsa. So it just gives it the same flavor without all the calories. But I like to kind of prep for the week. I am a stay-at-home mom, so I can cook, during the day, but honestly, with just things going on, I don't have time to sit in the kitchen for like an hour at a time. So I do pre-cook my meats on the weekends, and I go grocery shopping on Sunday for the whole week. And I usually just do Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sundays are kind of just, we're here, so we just cook, when we're here. But definitely meats, chicken, turkey cutlets are a new thing that I just found, and they are amazing because there's like hardly any sodium, low fat, high protein, perfect, like alternative to chicken because chicken can get old like super quick. And I usually put like mustard on it because I put mustard on all my meats. So anyway, some examples of some of the breakfast foods also is banana pancakes. I've really found that those are super easy to make. The kids love them. And I try and keep my carbs before 2 o'clock. So that's something that I found my body responds to best. And really it's all about like trial and error. You know, if you have too much gluten or you have too much, you know, dairy in your diet and you just feel bloated and out of whack, then you know, start weaning it off and see how your body responds to it. Dinners are usually just protein and veggies for me, but I mean, it doesn't just have to be a meat and a veggie. I mean, there's different ways you can do it, like a taco salad. Stuffed bell peppers are really good with like quinoa and stuff like that. So I found that those kind of recipes where if you do have to eat carbs, make sure they're complex, like brown rice, you know, sweet potatoes, just trying to, because you know you don't want to have all that before you go to bed. So changing it up, because I find if you stick with a particular diet or foods in your diet for that fact, for too long your body starts to get adjusted. So it's just switching up different foods and doing what you need to do, then that usually helps a little bit better. Staying consistent. I mean, you can't live on a diet, but you can live on clean eating or living healthy. There's tons of recipes on Pinterest, on blogs, and different websites like that that you can go when you are starting to get tired of certain foods. I really find that a lot of people, whenever they jump into a new plan or something like that, they're quick to get off the bandwagon because they're dieting. And usually at that point, it is a diet, and you cannot live on a diet. So if you find foods that work for your body, that you feel good, because that's how food should make you feel. It shouldn't make you feel bad. Just something that is livable, that your family likes. Trying different recipes out on your kids, because your kids are going to kind of follow what you're doing. I mean, my daughter now eats egg whites like it's nobody's business, and before she would have never done that. So I feel like they may not like it at first, but if you're consistent, they'll be consistent. And that's what we want. We want to be a role model for our kids to show them that, you know, being healthy and being the best version of yourself is really how you can have self-confidence. I mean, everyone wants their kids to grow up with self-confidence and be able to be a leader and just show them that the healthier lifestyle in this crazy world with all of this unhealthy stuff is the way to go. So my suggestion would be to change one meal a day. And I tell everyone I talk to that because honestly, that's what I struggled with the most, was eating. I was a binge eater. Whenever I was emotional, tired, stressed, I went straight for the chips or straight for, you know, the little mini cakes or whatever, you know. And I find that if you have to have it in your mindset, okay, I know that this is an emotional thought. I'm not hungry. I'm just eating this because of this issue. Redirect yourself and go do something else. Walk away. Drink lots of water, because half the time we think we're hungry, we're just thirsty. Because really, we should probably be drinking about, I think it's like 70% of our body weight, which is insane. So, creating a new lifestyle is literally creating a new habit, and habits are hard to break. So it's really going to take every day changing at least one thing a day, and then moving on to something else, you know, like, okay, so today I chose a better lunch. Okay, well, tomorrow choose a better lunch and a better snack or a better breakfast. And so really it's just getting in your mindset that you can do this, you know, and having a good support system. Not everyone understands clean eating. Not everyone understands a healthy lifestyle. But when they see you starting to change, you starting to be happier, they're going to start to say, hey, you know what, maybe I will try it. And then next thing you know, your whole family's eating clean, because you're going to keep going and you're going to keep finding things that work for you, and it's going to eventually transcend into the rest of your family.